Hi reception, Mrs. Butcher here, and I'm going to be taking you through today's guided reading session. Can you believe it's Wednesday already? Now I know you've done 2 fantastic sessions already with Mrs. Faulkner. I loved hearing what you thought about the book. Well, today we're going to be looking at more of our book, Moths. Do you know, I love reading. In fact, there's nothing better than snuggling up under a blanket or under the bed covers and reading a good book. Do you enjoy reading? Do you know, every time I read, I pick up something new. In fact, you never stop learning, even as an adult. So we're going to be looking at more of our book. But right before we do, let's remind ourselves what our learning objective is. Our learning objective today is to read a simple sentence. Some of the key vocabulary you might hear today are the words word, sentence, phonics, blend and strategy. I'm sure you remember what those are. Our reading strategy today will be using our sounds. That will really help us read our words carefully and form sentences. So right before we continue with our book, we're going to get those minds working and those brains warmed up. I'm going to show you some pictures and I would like you to use your robot arms to sound out the picture that you see. For example, if I showed you a book as a picture, you would use your robot arms and say B-oo-k, book. Don't forget, when it's a digraph, that's 2 letters that make one sound, you use 2 arms to show the 2 letters. One more time, book, B-oo-k, book. Over to you. So our first picture is a moth. Are you ready to do it with me? Moth. Next we have a tent. Tent. This one's a light. The word light has a trigraph in, 3 letters that make one sound. Just like the digraph, I'd like to see 2 arms when you hear that sound. Light. L-I-T. Light. Let's remind ourselves of the story so far. With Mrs. Faulkner, you read up to page 5. In this story, we have ant, tiger, knock, and moths. If you have a look, all of their names start with a capital letter, these 3 characters. Page 3. Tiger helps ant with the tent. Full stop there. Tiger spots a moth. Then ant spots a moth. There's our full stop. And that was as far as you got with Mrs. Faulkner. Let's look at page 6 together. Now I remember seeing this. This is a name, isn't it? Ant and tiger. Kangaroo, back to the beginning. Ant and tiger. Now this word starts with a sound P. Let's look at the sounds together. P, press. My turn, press. Your turn. Let's go back to the beginning. Ant and tiger, press. Oh, I know this one, it's our tricky word. The. Kangaroo, back to the beginning. Ant and tiger, press the. It's the letter X. And rather than say the sound, we are saying the name of the letter, X. And we have a full stop to show the end of our sentence. Let's kangaroo back to the beginning. Ant and tiger, press the X. Full stop. So for your first challenge, have a look at this page, page 6. I can see that they press the X, but can you spot it on the page? Pause the video if you need to and tell your adult. Did you spot an X on the page, apart from what we read just here? Well done. In fact, there were 2, weren't there? On the green watch here and on the red watch here. What do you think happens when ant and tiger press the X? Have a look at the pictures. What do you think is happening? Pause the video and tell your adult. That's right, they're shrinking. Oh my goodness, look. They both start really tall and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller until they're very tiny. Can you see them? Look how small they are against the light just here. Now I think they're both quite excited to shrink. What do you think? Have a look at their faces. Do they look happy, scared, or sad? Can you tell your adult? I think they're both quite happy shrinking. If you look, they certainly don't look sad, do they? I wonder what the world must look like when you're this size. Now let's turn to page 7. Have a look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? Where do you think they are? And what tells you where they are? Pause the video and tell your adult. I can see on this picture they are on the rug. This was just outside the tent, wasn't it, on page 6? I can see 1, 2, 3 moths. And I can also see ant, tiger and knock in the picture. And it looks like they're trying to climb on top of the moths. We'll read it in just one moment. Now, have a look at this here. It's a box and it's got an arrow pointing down to the moth. Do you know what this box is? We call it an information box. Let's read the word together. W-I-N-G, wing. So it tells us the information that this is the moth's wing. Let's read it together. Our capital letter, ant. Oh, now this symbol is a comma. The comma is used to show a pause is needed in the sentence. And it separates 2 words. In fact, these 2 words are their names. Ant, there's our comma. We don't say the word comma though. Let's kangaroo back. Ant, tiger, and knock. Let's kangaroo back. Ant, tiger, and knock. Now here's a word. Now this is a CVC word. Let's sound it out together. H, O, P, hop. One more time. H, O, P, hop. What does the word hop mean? Have a think about it. Pause the video and see if you can think of another word for hop. So I had a little think, and the word hop means to jump. So I thought of the word jump or even skip. I wonder if they would fit into our sentence. They could jump or skip. Let's have a look. Let's kangaroo back and continue our sentence. Ant, tiger and knock, hop on. Now this is our tricky word. To. Let's kangaroo back. Ant, tiger and knock, hop on to. Another tricky word. The. T-H-E spells the. The. Ant, tiger and knock, hop on to the moths. Let's kangaroo one more time, back to the beginning. Ant, tiger and knock, hop on to the moths. So we said the word hop means to jump or skip. And that's just what they've done. They've jumped onto the backs of the moths. I wonder what they're going to do. Have you got any ideas? Let's turn to our next page. Can you see what page this is? That's right, it tells us down here. It's page 8. Now, let's start at the beginning. Capital letter. It's a tricky word, we know this one. The moths. The moths. Oh, another tricky word. G-O, let's go. Back to the beginning. The moths go. Let's look at this word together. It's got 2 letters. First sound is A. The next one, P. A, P. Up. Full stop. Let's kangaroo back. The moths go up. Full stop. I mentioned 2 tricky words in that sentence. Pause the video and tell your adult. If you remember the rhymes that go with them, even better. That's right, it's the words the and go. T-H-E spells the. G-O, let's go. Did you notice there's more writing on the page? Have a look up here. What's this? That's right, it's a speech bubble. And can you see the point is going down here? So now we know who's talking. I wonder what he's saying. Let's try reading it together. This is such. Oh, let's jump back. This is such Let's go back. This is such fun. What's that symbol at the end? Pause the video and tell your adult. That's right, it's an exclamation mark. We use exclamation marks when we are excited or we feel really strongly about something. In this sentence, he's not sad. He's saying, this is such fun. How would you say it? Do you think he says it, this is such fun? Or do you think he says, this is such fun? That's right. We say it with an excited voice. He's very happy. And we know that from this word, it's the word fun. Do you think Nock is enjoying being on his back too? I think so too. He's got a big smile on his face. I think he's just as excited. Right before we turn the page, I'd like you to look one more time at the picture. Have a look at the moth's wings. Can you see? Are these? Now, they don't look very clear in the picture, do they? Have you any idea why that might be? It's because the illustrator is trying to show that the wings are flapping up and down. And so he's drawn them slightly blurred to look as if they're moving. So we're going to read our final page for today, and it's page number 9. Let's start at the beginning. It's a tricky word, the. The, o, f, s, moths. Kangaroo back. The, o, f, s, moths. D, a, sh, dash. Kangaroo back. The moths dash and d, e, p, dip. Full stop. Let's kangaroo back to the beginning. The moths dash and dip. Your turn. Well done. Our turn. The o, f, s, moths d, a, sh, dash and d, e, p, dip. The moths dash and dip. What do you think they're doing? I think maybe it looks like they're dancing with each other. I think they're dashing and dipping around each other like this. That's what I can imagine. So here are the chilly challenges for you to draw the picture of you and the insect or animal you would ride on if you shrunk. I'm going to say goodbye now, and I'm going to leave you with a poem that links to our space topic. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Have a fantastic day of reception, enjoy your chilly challenges, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm Sally. Thanks so much for having me tonight. Space, space, this must be the place, filled with beauty, wonder, life, and grace. From what we see and what we know, there's so much space and many places to go. There are 9 planets in our solar system alone, with the sun at the center, and the third one our home. There's Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, then Jupiter and Saturn, and many stars. Then way out there at the edge of it all is Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, so small. But that's not just it. That's only what we know. So much more to discover as we go. So today is the day that we journey on, past the clouds and way beyond, past the sky and all the stars, past Mercury, Venus, and even Mars. We'll travel far and travel wide in search of those who seek to hide through space and time where others will be, for there's far too much space for just you and me. Thank you.